Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a really big topic for anyone looking to get serious about cybersecurity,
Mm-hmm.
the Offensive Security Certified Professional Certification. You've probably heard it called OSCP.
That's right, yeah. And we know, a lot of you tuning in might be just starting out in the field.
Or maybe you've been around a bit and you're wondering, is OSCP the next step for me?
Exactly. So that's the goal today, really.
Yeah, let's try and cut through some of the noise, give you the essential understanding, like the real lowdown.
For anyone thinking about prepping for it, maybe aiming to pass OSCP in 2025.
Right. And we're drawing on advice specifically for people who are, well, maybe newer to this.
Okay.
Okay, so let's dive in. What exactly is the OSCP? What makes it stand out?
Well, fundamentally, it's a highly respected certification, very hands-on. It's from Offensive Security.
Hands-on is the key word there, isn't it?
Absolutely. What's really different is the practical approach. So unlike a lot of certs that are, multiple choice questions.
Right, testing theory.
Yeah, the OSCP throws you straight into, like, real-world hacking scenarios.
So we're talking actually getting into systems, gaining access.
Yes. The kind of stuff an ethical hacker actually does day to day, breaking in, finding pathways.
And then documenting it all, right? There's a report involved.
Oh, definitely. Documenting every single step in a professional report. That's crucial.
Okay, so it has this reputation, maybe intermediate to advanced.
It does, yeah. But, and this is important, it's definitely reachable for beginners.
If they have the right approach.
Exactly. If you bring, like, consistency, real curiosity about how things work,
And you're willing to put in the effort.
put in the hard yards, absolutely. It takes work.
Now, I bet someone listening is thinking, okay, I'm just starting out. Can I actually aim for this?
It's a fair question, and the
Fair.
answer is yes, but.
Ah, the classic yes, but.
Well, yeah. Think about it, right? You wouldn't just jump into a marathon without training first.
No, you'd build up your stamina, wouldn't you?
Precisely.
Hmm.
So OSCP is totally attainable, but you need that solid base first. You need the fundamentals down.
You can't really fake penetration testing if you don't grasp the basics underneath it all.
Exactly.
So what are those building blocks? What do we absolutely need before starting the OSCP journey?
Okay, number one, definitely networking.
The absolute basics.
Yeah, a solid grasp of how the internet works. Things like IP addresses, DNS, how names get turned into addresses.
How data actually gets from A to B online.
Right, and tools like Wireshark or Packet Tracer can be super helpful here for visualizing it.
Seeing the invisible traffic, like learning the rules of the road before driving, you said.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. You need to know the rules.
Okay, networking first. What's next on the essential list?
Next up is Linux, specifically getting comfortable with the command line, probably in Kali Linux.
Right, the hacker's favorite toolkit.
Well, yeah, you'll spend so much time in the terminal navigating files using commands.
Like L's and CD.
Yep. L to C files, CD move around, grep to search for things, schmod for permissions.
It's like learning the language to talk to your tool.
Exactly. It's the basic vocabulary.
Got it. Linux command line fluency. What about, the other big OS?
Windows. Yeah, understanding Windows systems is also really important.
Can't ignore Windows.
Definitely not. You need to know how user accounts work, the file system structure, maybe even some PowerShell basics.
Because real networks are usually a mix, right?
Almost always. So that broader understanding is, well, invaluable.
Okay, so foundation, networking, Linux, Windows. Anything else for a budding OSCP candidate?
Scripting is another really valuable one.
Oh, programming. Do I need to be a developer?
No, not an expert coder, but like basic Python or Bash, just enough to automate simple, repetitive tasks.
Okay, save some time and effort.
Exactly. And customize tools a bit. Finally, just having a grip on core cybersecurity concepts.
Like what sort of concepts?
Common vulnerabilities, what privilege escalation actually means, the whole process of enumeration or info gathering.
You need that context to even know what you're trying to do in a pen test.
Absolutely. You need the why.
So, for someone listening now thinking, okay, I need to work on these basics, where should they start? Any recommendations?
Oh, definitely. There are some great resources out there for beginners. TryHackMe is fantastic.
I've heard good things about their learning path.
Yeah, the pre-security path and the complete beginner path are perfect starting points. Really well structured.
Okay.
Also, the Cyber Mentor on YouTube, loads of free, high-quality stuff there.
Free is always good.
Always. And TCM Security Academy, their practical ethical hacking course is another really solid option for building that foundation.
Great. So some really concrete places to start. Try Hack Me, Cyber Mentor, TCM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say we've put in the time, we feel kind of decent about those foundational skills.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next big step towards OSCP?
Then it's probably time to look at the official course itself.
The PWK.
Exactly. Penetration testing with Kali Linux. That's the formal name, but everyone just calls it PWK.
Right. And when you sign up for PWK, what do you actually get?
Oh.
Feels like a big commitment.
It is, yeah. But you get a lot. There's a huge PDF document, like over 700 pages usually,
Wow.
and accompanying videos. But the real kicker is the VPN access.
To their labs.
Yeah, to their dedicated virtual lab environment. It's basically a network full of vulnerable machines you can practice on legally.
A playground for ethical hacking.
Pretty much. And the course fee includes one shot at the actual OSCP exam.
One attempt at the 24-hour beast.
Yeah.
And the lab access? Are there options there?
Yeah, you can usually choose between 30, 60, or 90 days of lab access.
And what's the recommendation, especially for beginners?
Honestly, for most beginners, I'd strongly suggest the 90-day option.
Give yourself more time.
Absolutely. It lets you really absorb the material, properly experiment in the labs, learn at a more comfortable pace.
Avoid the pressure cooker feeling.
Exactly. Beginners often underestimate just how much hands-on time is needed. Rushing just leads to burnout, and you don't learn as effectively.
90 days sounds much more manageable for getting started. Any tips for making the most of that lab time and the PWK materials?
The absolute key is active learning. Don't just passively read the PDF or watch the videos.
Do the work.
Do the work. Do the exercises they provide. Get into those labs. Try different things on the machines.
Break stuff.
Well, ethically break stuff, yes.
So.
Focus on understanding why something worked or why it didn't.
Learning from mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Don't be afraid to fail. Often, that's where the best learning happens. It's all about that hands-on trial and error.
Okay, so the labs really are the heart of this whole OSCP learning thing. Tell us more about what's in there, in that virtual environment.
Yeah, they're designed to mimic real-world systems pretty closely. You'll find different operating systems, different apps, lots of common misconfigurations.
A variety of challenges.
A huge variety. The key is developing a systematic way to approach each machine, like checking all the doors and windows on a building you want to get into.
And what should we be focusing on while we're exploring these machines?
Yeah.
What are the core skills to practice?
Okay, several key areas. First, enumeration. Big one.
Gathering information.
Exactly. Gathering as much intel as possible before you try to break anything. Using tools like Nmap to scan for open ports and services.
Checking the doors and windows, like you said.
Right. And tools like GoBuster to find hidden web pages or directories. Nikto to scan web servers for known issues.
Looking for unlocked back doors or broken windows.
Pretty much. Understanding how to use these tools well and what their output actually means is fundamental.
So be a digital detective first. Gather the clues.
You got it. Then, once you have enough info, you move to exploitation.
Actually getting in.
Yeah, using a vulnerability you found to get that initial foothold. Maybe a bad password, a software bug, a misconfiguration.
Okay, initial access achieved. What's next?
Then, a huge focus is privilege escalation, or Brevesk.
Moving up.
Moving from maybe a regular user account to a higher level one, admin or root on Linux.
Getting the keys to the whole kingdom.
That's the goal. And honestly, this is often the trickiest part, but also the most rewarding. It's like solving a complex puzzle on each machine.
Sounds like it. What's the last critical piece of learning in the labs?
Documentation. Absolutely non-negotiable.
Taking notes.
Detailed notes on everything. Screenshots of every important step. Documenting your whole process meticulously.
Why is that so crucial?
Two main reasons. One, you absolutely need it for the exam report. Two, it massively helps your own memory and understanding.
If you can't explain how you did it.
You haven't truly learned it. Simple as that.
Right. So, hacking it isn't enough. You need to clearly show how you hacked it. Any sort of target number for machines in the lab, like how many should a beginner aim for?
A good realistic goal is probably aiming to successfully compromise, get some level of access on maybe 30 to 40 different machines in the labs.
Before trying the exam.
Yeah, before seriously considering the exam. That amount of practice exposes you to a really wide range of techniques and builds serious confidence and skill.
Okay, 30 to 40 machines. So we've put in the lab time, popped some boxes. How do we know if we're really ready for the exam pressure?
That's where simulating the exam conditions is just vital. You have to practice under pressure.
Because the exam itself is pretty intense, right? 24 hours.
Super intense, 24 hours straight of hacking. You get 5 target machines, Needs 70 points out of 100 to pass.
And then more time for the report.
Yep, another full 24 hours just to write up and submit that detailed report. Your findings, your methods.
Wow. Okay, 24 hours hacking, 24 hours writing. That's a marathon. How can we possibly replicate that pressure beforehand?
Best way is setting up your own mock exams.
DIY OSCP.
Kinda. Pick, say, 2 or 3 machines from Hack the Box or Try Hack Me. Choose ones that are considered OSCP-like difficulty.
Okay.
Then give yourself a strict time limit, maybe 6 to 12 hours for the hacking part. Focus on getting root or admin.
And the crucial part,
The crucial part is, once that time is up, stop hacking and force yourself to immediately start writing the report.
just like the real thing.
Exactly. Document your steps, your findings. It practices the technical skills and that critical reporting skill under a time crunch.
That sounds like really valuable practice.
Yeah.
Any specific resources for picking those OSCP-like machines for mocks?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look up TJ Null.
TJ Null.
Yep. He maintains an excellent updated list of machines from Hack the Box, Proving Grounds, VulnHub, etc. that are really good practice for OSCP.
Where do we find that?
Just search TJ Null OSCP-like machines on GitHub. It's gold. Invaluable resource for targeting your practice.
Fantastic tip. TJ Null's list on GitHub. Got it. Now let's talk about something maybe overlooked by beginners.
Yeah.
The bonus report. What's that about?
Ah, yes, the bonus points. It's often missed, but it can be incredibly helpful. You can earn 10 extra points towards your exam score.
10 points. How?
You need to do 2 things. Diligently complete all the exercises within the official PWK course materials.
All of them.
All of them. And successfully compromise at least 10 unique machines in the official OffSec labs. Documenting both carefully, of course.
So basically prove you thoroughly engaged with the course and labs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you submit this bonus report before your exam attempt.
And the benefit.
The huge benefit is, if they accept your bonus report, the passing score for your exam drops from 70 points down to 60.
Wow. That's a significant cushion.
It absolutely can be the difference between pass and fail. It's basically rewarding you for thorough prep.
Definitely sounds worth the effort. A potential 10-point head start just for being diligent. Okay, so we've prepped hard, done mock exams, maybe got the bonus points. Any final crucial advice for exam day itself?
Yeah, exam day is tough. Preparation, both mental and physical, is key. First off, get good sleep the night before. Seriously.
Don't pull an all-nighter cramming.
Definitely not. When the exam starts, a good strategy is often to tackle the machine that looks maybe the easiest or most familiar first.
Get some points on the board early, build momentum.
Exactly. Build that confidence.
Okay, but what happens when we inevitably hit a wall? Get stuck.
That's going to happen. The vital thing is, don't get stuck spinning your wheels on one machine for hours and hours.
Know when to move on.
Yes. If you're not making progress after a decent amount of time, pivot. Go work on another machine. You can always come back later with fresh eyes.
Good advice.
And remember, screenshots. Screenshot everything important, every step, every command output. Crucial for your report.
Even if it didn't work.
Maybe not everything that failed, but definitely your key steps and findings. And don't forget the basics. Eat, drink water, take short breaks.
Avoid burnout during the 24 hours.
Yes. Your brain needs fuel and rest. Even short breaks help. Physical and mental state matter hugely.
Solid, practical tips for the hacking part. What about the report writing afterwards?
Soon as the hacking time is up or you feel you're done, switch gears immediately to the report.
Don't delay.
Don't delay. Use the official OffSec template they provide. Be clear, be concise, but be thorough.
Document everything. Methodology, vulnerability steps.
Exactly how you got in, how you escalated privileges. Make sure you submit it within that next 24-hour window.
Okay.
And one last thing, really important. It's okay if you don't pass the first time.
Really?
Seriously. Many people who get OSCP don't pass on their first try. It's normal.
So view it as a learning experience.
Absolutely. Figure out where you were weak, study more, practice more, and come back stronger. Every attempt makes you better.
That's a really good perspective to keep. So boiling it all down.
Yeah.
What's the ultimate takeaway for someone starting out and looking at OSCP?
Look, it's definitely demanding. It's a challenge. But, like we've said, it's absolutely attainable, even if you're building those basics now.
It's not just about the technical skills then.
Not just. It's fundamentally about building problem-solving skills, persistence when things get tough, creativity to find other ways in, focus.
So it's testing your mindset as much as your hacking ability.
I really think so, yeah. And with that consistent effort, the dedicated lab practice, and that resilient mindset, passing OSCP is a reachable goal.
And the payoff. What does OSCP open up?
The career doors it can open are significant. Roles in penetration testing, red teaming, threat analysis, lots of really interesting areas in cybersecurity.
Okay, so the message is clear for anyone listening who's been on the fence about OSCP.
Yeah.
Start the journey.
Mhm.
Start today. Take it step by step.
Mhm.
Build that foundation. Get lost in the labs.
And don't get discouraged by the challenge.
Exactly. Every big goal starts with that first step.
Well put. Take the step, embrace the process, and, see where it takes you. It's an exciting field.
Definitely sounds like it. Thanks so much. This has been incredibly insightful today. Really broken it down.
My pleasure. Happy to talk about it.
And to all of you aspiring ethical hackers tuning in, happy ethical hacking.